Kicks MP.
Good shot, that's it.
We want your time to be rated to be enjoyable and incident-free. If you have an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word HAWKS along with your issue and seat location to 55555. A member of our guest collection team will respond immediately. Hawks fans, ready to grab them seats for future games? Take this.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our game. NBA Cup action coming your way shortly. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for him.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Porter is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Barnes, and it's Knight in at 7. And for Atlanta, the front court is Reese and Johnson. Jaden Ivey is out there with Mr. Perfect, and it's Walker in at the 5 spot. And great when you're facing the front of a back-to-back. How much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind. But once the whistle blows, you have to live in the moment. You can bet that coaches are very aware of it.
It'll be the Hawks off the tip. And for MP specifically, these cup games have extra meaning. He's made it very clear he really wants to take this home.
And I think of this game 3 of the group stage as a moving day. We separate the contenders from the pretenders. MP will have to step up, take on a big role tonight.
Stolen by Walker. Here's Ivy, and he drives in, and then Ivy with the jam.
My goodness, Jaden Ivey versus.
Here's Porter. They really needed more from him in that loss to New York.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Here's Atlanta now. It's a 3-point game. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Mr. Perfect, another 3 for Atlanta. And we have to mention, Greg, the utter dominance MP has shown recently, right? A huge scoring night for him on insane efficiency. The numbers, you can't even believe what you're reading.
You just don't see stat lines like the one that MP had very often. Kevin, it looked like he had a cheat code on the way. He was making everything from the floor.
Here's Mr. Perfect.
You make a chip.
Lets the 3 fly. It's good from long range. Mr. Perfect's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Hawks have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Pass to Ivy. Just 5 on the clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Mr. Perfect can't hit.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Hey, Doris, how has Scotty Barnes advanced his game since being named Rookie of the Year back in 2022?
Well, all the physical skills are there for him. A tremendous athlete, cross-positional defensively. I think what happens for young players is they start to read the progressions of the game more quickly. Now you can put the ball in his hands, let him be a decision maker. This guy is a stat stuffer.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Mr. Perfect in the last outing against Miami got the job done. He scored an amazing number of points, and all game long he seemed like he couldn't miss from outside the arc, converting many times from distance. He was remarkable in that game. It's not often you see a player that dominant, and I'm sure he wants to keep it going. Guys?
All right, David, things is going to be interesting to see how he follows up that performance.
Yeah, he was the driving force behind that victory, but each night comes with different challenges.
What you love about this guy, though, is even when the defense adjusts to what he's doing, he'll make an adjustment right back. He is always ready with a counter.
Atlanta again missing.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Porter kicks to Barnes. Knight with a screen on Johnson. Barnes passes to Wilson. Reza Shea with the steal. Here's Mr. Perfect. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. Connects from three-point range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter's feel, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Porter. Pass to Wilson. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter.
It's a simple ass off my
And
goddamn
here's
foot.
Knight. His three-pointers off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
To the paint.
Oh, you fake ass. I want to be Market
Count the
Dust.
bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
What's up?
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Williams passes to Keith. Now Hawkins puts up a deep three. Walker with the rebound. Hawkins outside to the inside. And it's Walker that time on the assist by Hawkins. Walker's got 5 points so far.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. To stop the run, hits the three-point bomb.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a falling effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And so it's Atlanta in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well on this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this. Team's making some changes here.
Going out there.
no letup.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Here's Mr. Perfect. The long-distance three is buried. 15 points in the game.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Hawkins shot good.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here's Bufkin. Still yet to score. Pass to Mr. Perfect. 4 on the clock. And the Hawks getting another basket right there. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. The NBA chose to extinguish G League Ignite. G League President Sharif Abdul-Rahim says with the changing environment across youth and collegiate basketball, now is the right time to take this step. Kevin, in its short time, the Ignite produced double-digit draftees, so the experiment was a success.
A huge success, D.A. Thank you. Toronto with the ball, following the bucket by the Hawks. Here's Hawkins, got a hand on it.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
From past the arc. Rebound by Williams. And it's Williams with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. They trail by 11. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, I mean, just way too many turnovers in that one. If you can't protect the ball, you can't expect to win.
That's exactly right. Miscues drive a coach crazy. You're giving them more opportunities than you're giving yourself, and that's always problematic.
Here's Bufkin. After the Raptors pick up 2. Pass to Hall. Here's Mr. Perfect. That 3 off the mark. Raptors trail by 9. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Williams kicks to Ingram. Shoots over Rizachet. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Ingram's got 6 here in this quarter. Atlanta leading by 7. Here's Mr. Perfect. 17 points in the game. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And once again, the defense allowing him to get a clean look at that triple. He continues to do some big-time damage from downtown.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Heights checked in for Achua. Barnes comes in for Keith. Wilson, he's checked in for Ingram. And Porter subbed in for Williams. Now here's Barnes. His last outing, 16 points for him. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Knight. Atlanta's gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Here's Mr. Perfect. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Well, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Pass to Hawkins. Back to Porter. Nice fake with the layup off the mark. The Hawks leading by 11. 27 seconds left in the first half of the game. Hawkins with the screen on Porter. Here's Mr. Perfect. Offline with his 3. Toronto, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Down low. Porter finds Barnes. Three-pointer. Doesn't go for it. Here's Mr. Perfect. Oh, and he just knocked in the buzzer beater.
You know, that's exactly how to end the half on a high note. Tacking 3 points onto this lead at the horn. The mood in each of those locker rooms will be very different.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Right back after this break.
Welcome, everybody. It may be early on in the season, but not too early to take a full assessment of the Eastern Conference standings.
Taking a look at the Hawks, it's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in the league.
Well, we knew they'd be good, but we didn't know they'd be this good. And turning back to our first half, things going well, extremely well for the Hawks.
We knew they wanted to track them, and man, they got it. What a pace they set.
Very hard to beat them at their own game. They wear you out, and we've still got a whole other half to go. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
As we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mr. Perfect.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
The front court is Rizuchet and Johnson. Mr. Perfect out there with Jaden Ivey. And it's Walker in at the 5. That's the group for Igor Kokoshkov getting going here in the second half. Here's Mr. Perfect. Raptors knocking down the threat. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Now here's Wilson. 5 points in the game. Knight sets the pick for Barnes. Nice open look, but it's no good.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Mr. Perfect can't hit. Raptors trail by 14. When you think about Scotty Barnes, Doris, it's amazing how good he already is.
Kev, it's remarkable that he can affect almost every aspect of the game at a high level, meaning he can guard the opponent's best player, but he can also fill up the box score on the offensive end. Points, assists, rebounds, he can do it all.
Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Barnes outside. Outside Knight. Pass to Hawkins. Wilson with it. Takes the 3. Rebound by Johnson. Here's Mr. Perfect. Guarded by Porter. Mr. Perfect. Good. Another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Barnes passes to Hawkins. Johnson against Barnes. Knight with a screen on Johnson. Here's Barnes. Trying to get open as Knight. Barnes can't get it to go. The Hawks leading by 18. Pass to Mr. Perfect. Fires it up. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Knight's got 4 rebounds in this game. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Swiped it away. One-on-one here. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. Now, the we said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did precede the league's not-so-subtle moves to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. They are trying to get it right. Kevin?
And it couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. PA, thank you. Now, here's Johnson. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Mr. Perfect's got 38 points.
Yeah, this looks like a pre-game shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
There's a screen by Porter. Inside. And finished off by Porter.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the tip.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
And again, Atlanta with the triple.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Oh, okay. Stop me from scoring.
When you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Both teams will make substitutions. And now we have a moment to recognize the player of the week in the Eastern Conference, Mr. Perfect.
Well, you just look at the scoring he's provided and the numbers he has put up, and it's a no-brainer. Rarely does someone carry an offense this much and not walk away with some form of hardware for their effort.
Here for the Raptors. Gibson's check. Again, and Trent subbed in for Wilson. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here's Mr. Perfect. Off target from three-point range. Raptors trail by 18. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Brandon Ingram's out there with Keith. Then it's Gary Trent. Then it's Williams. And it's Gibson in at the center position. Atlanta's gone 1-2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Fires from deep. And he knocks it down. Good looking three there from Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect's got 44. Here's Ingram. Great touch on the 16-footer.
Well, offensively, this guy has been cooking. They're definitely not losing because of him.
Ivy passes to Mr. Perfect. There's the triple. And it's Toronto with the rebound. It's Trent on the wing. Pass to Ingram. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. The Raptors making the switch here. Allen's checked in. Atlanta leading by 19 points. Ivy passes to Mr. Perfect. Just a little under 2.5 minutes of pass now here in the fourth.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Ingram. And he gets it back. And Toronto turns it over again. completely new group for Toronto. And the Hawks with possession here. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Atlanta's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Here's Ivy, drives to the hoop, and slam dunk by Ivy.
Look at the burst from Ivy. He is a premier athlete.
And the Raptors with the ball. Barnes kicks to Hawkins. Barnes passes to Wilson. Back to Barnes. And it seems a new era is upon us, GA. A lot of young stars and young teams vying for the status of household names.
Kevin, the casual fans might have to update their frame of reference, right? Especially since a lot of these new stars are playing in smaller markets.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're up by 19. And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Here's McGowan's. Terry outside. 1:24 left in the fourth. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. And with that, they remain undefeated in group play.
And with just one matchup left, it looks like we'll be seeing them in the next round of the NBA Cup.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
They really thought they had a chance tonight.
MP got the job done tonight, as usual. Hey, if it's good enough for Steph, you can't really go wrong.
Radio it in.
Hey, this is Colonel Scott. Well, now,
You know what?
well, I just didn't know it was going like that.
Get the bag, King Walker.
Yo.
Hi. Come in. Look around. Wow. Bye. Thanks for...
MP, welcome in. Wow, thanks for coming in. Nice to see you.
Drive down. Number 2. We got my drive down too. Number 2. The Hawks turn. Be playing with the Hawks.
Look out there, MP.
So I complete everything.
Get ready to light it up.
Hello and welcome to a great night of hoops. You can feel the excitement in the air for this game. It's part of the NBA Cup. Alongside Grant Hill and Brent Barry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce. And the injury story, when you're missing 2 players, including a starter, a lot changes. Rotations and roles.
2 injuries, one of their stars out. It's all about how you respond to adversity.
So let's take a look at the Chicago Bulls starting lineup. We've got Alperen Sengun, Trey Mann out there with De'Aaron Fox, and it's Roy in at the 3. And for the Hawks, Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Then there's Walker, then there's Ivy, and it's Mr. Perfect in at the point. And the NBA season is such a grind, Brent. Anything you did in the middle of the year to keep focus?
Well, BA, sometimes it's about shrinking in a little bit and going back to your habits, continuing to do consistently what it is that's going to prepare you for the best performance. So peeling that stuff away is sometimes really important when the season gets to this point.
So the Hawks will get the first possession.
It
seems we always keep circling back around to the topic of MP, and tonight is no different with the last game for him in the group stage of the NBA Cup. Of course, he's professed that he's taking his team all the way to win.
Hey, more power to him. I mean, he's got the swagger to make those statements, and I'd say he's delivering so far. You know, the most inspiring thing about MP's leadership is how it rubs off on the team. The whole organization is rooting for his growth as a leader and the sort of impact that can have on elevating his teammates as well. I think we're going to be in for a good one tonight.
Just so athletic. Jayden took one look at that gap and say, that's mine.
Man with it. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. About a minute played here so far in the first. Fox outside. Shot clock at 5. Let's go with a 3. Sinks it from distance.
That's nice mechanics there on the jump shot. Something we'd like to see on a nightly basis from De'Aaron Fox.
The confidence that Fox has shown in his shot has skyrocketed the last few years, Brent.
Yeah, the combination, BA, sometimes of you working on your three to gain confidence, but the coaching staff also telling you, go ahead and shoot that shot. I think those things have played out for De'Aaron Fox. Look, he can be streaky, but the fact that he's willing to take it is elevating his play. And he does a lot of damage inside with that quickness and athleticism. Ivy's too agile for low-post defenders to react.
Chicago's gone 1-2 from three-point line so far. Pass to Şengün. Jacks up a three. The rebound by Atlanta. And it's now 11 consecutive wins for them. They are clicking right now.
It's been impressive, and the question now really is, who's going to figure out a way to stop this group? Each time out, they're finding new ways to win. That is dangerous for your opponent. Really, a myriad of ways in which they're coming at you.
Here's Fox. Doing some damage on the offensive end. Putting up a little over 14 points a game. Outside man. Pass to Carter. Now here's Şengün. Back to Carter. Here's Roy. The Bulls need to get off a shot. The Bulls with another miss.
Not exactly what they're looking for out of the gates. Just 1 of 4 shooting.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. He drops it from range. Mr. Perfect gets 6.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Mr. Perfect in their last time out against the Pistons was simply terrific. He scored 68 points, and as we've come to expect, he contributed from the three-point line as well. His numbers from that game jumped off the stat sheet. He was just superb. Guys, let's see if he can do it again.
Outstanding. Thanks. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory.
BA, I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
They're going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. First chance of the season for them to go up against Atlanta. For the Hawks. Ball comes in for Johnson, and it's Buskin in for Ivy. Collins, he's checked in for Chicago. Dick comes in for Mann. So it's Chicago now. It's a 10-point game. Here's Fox. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Grant, when you talk about De'Aaron Fox, what an exciting player.
That he is, and just now entering the prime years of his career. We've seen him make great strides the last few years, and it's scary trying to think just how much he can still improve.
59 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Roy. The basket's good off the assist from Fox.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Last game, incredible scoring display for him. Pure from three-point range.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
Boy, can't get it to go. Here's Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 19-6 run. Buffkin, no good.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights that bucket is automatic.
Outside Dick. Shoots from 12. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Takes a three. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Atlanta closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. Defense is setting the tone. We'll be right back after this word. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Hawks.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been this far.
Let's make sure that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. We've got Grady Dick, Alperon Şengün out there with John Collins. And it's Christie in at the three, small forward. All right, Brent, in an ideal world, if you're team building and you have the ability to build around the type of superstar, what would that look like for you?
Well, BA, the game has changed so much. We see that the most valuable players now today are big wings that can handle the physical rigors of both ends of the floor, playing offense and defense, can have the ball in their hands and create advantage every time they touch the ball, whether they're scoring it or making plays for their teammates. But the biggest factor is this guy has to motivate and ingratiate himself to the rest of the team. Those are true high-level championship caliber players.
And Atlanta with possession here after the basket by Chicago. And he jams it home with authority.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. It's just very solid offense.
No good from outside.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the evening.
Shooting two.
We're going out there, no let up.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Mr. Perfect gets the bucket.
And just executing at a high level. level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
When it comes to winning big, basketball acumen is the difference. LeBron James said, quote, in the final 2 rounds of the playoffs, what's going to separate teams is IQ. There's moments in the game that a coach can't prepare you for, where you have to make adjustments right away. It's not experience, it's IQ.
He would know, Allie. Thanks. And sixth man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate, and they've swayed the outcome of games.
Man tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Hawks lead by 18. Three-pointer. Mr. Perfect shot is off. Chicago has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Pass to Roy, and here's Man. Collins outside. That shot missing. Johnson with the defensive effort.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Here's Mr. Perfect. No good on the three. The Bulls trail by 18. Man, the pass to Collins. Now here's Dick.
You put me in on moves.
The rebound by Hall. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Here's Mr. Perfect. And Atlanta misses again.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss this kind of shots.
The Hawks lead by 18. 55 seconds left in the first half. Six on the shot clock. From outside the arc. Counted. Now 8 for 13 with that basket.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
The Bulls trail by 21. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Şengün, the screen. Here's Dick. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Dick's got his third basket on the night right there.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
On target from range.
A dozen consecutive points off the threes. This defense looks rattled.
Outside man. There's the triple. The shot, no good. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Hawks ahead, running away with this one. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule. You know, I love sitting up here and doing this show with you guys. I learn something new every day.
Man, you know what? It is pretty unreal they pay us to do this. Did I say that out loud?
Wait, you guys get paid?
Well, yeah, we wouldn't sit here and deal with you. And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Atlanta Hawks.
You have certain players that live and die by the three. Right now, they are L-I-V-I-N, living. Can it continue this way? I don't know.
Yeah, normally you preach a balanced attack. Maybe these guys don't need it. And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Risacher, Johnson, they're the forwards. Then there's Ivy. Then there's Walker. And it's Mr. Perfect in at the point guard position. So that's the Hawks 5. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line. A chance at a three-point play.
He hears the whistle, and he keeps his concentration and is able to knock it down.
Chicago shooting their first free throw of the night here. Here's Mr. Perfect. Launches it. Good. Another from three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Fox outside. Back to man. Outside Carter. Over to the wing. Walker against Şengün. Shot clock at 6. Fox, the pass to man. Puts up a deep three. Walker pulls down the board.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Here's Mr. Perfect. That three's off the mark. Bulls trail by 21. Here's Fox. Over Ivy. Stolen by Ivy. Off they go. It's a 3-on-1 break. The three nails it from beyond the arc. Mr. Perfect's got 33 points.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Şengün, no good.
This isn't how they wanted to start the second half. Only 1 of 4.
4-3. Mr. Perfect shot is off. The Bulls have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Johnson against Carter. Pass to Roy. Inside. And Şengün gets it to go. Şengün's got 5 now.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Nails it from 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Chicago calls timeout. Boy, it's been fun watching this player do his thing lately. Our player of the week for the Eastern Conference.
And his team counts on him to lead the offense and make things happen out there. And lately, he's done just that. He's giving a ton of energy and done everything in his power to help them succeed.
Now here's Carter. Yet to see a basket. It's rebounded by Risacher. Risacher has got 4 rebounds now. And out on the wing, Zach Risacher has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
Here's Fox. Pass to Roy. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Şengün in the post. Walker covering. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. On offense, here are the Hawks. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Here's Mr. Perfect. Gets the 3 to fall. Mr. Perfect's got 42 in the game.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Well, De'Aaron Fox, the inaugural 2023 Clutch Player of the Year, he said, quote, "You can't be afraid to fail. Obviously, you're not going to make every shot, but my team puts me in position to succeed, so the least I can do is have confidence in myself to take good shots. Brian?
Allie, thanks. You know, he's become a star, and we may have an injury here. That does not look good.
Yeah, that type of injury is always worrisome. Hopefully, he's okay.
Yeah, it reminds you of what's really important. Health, number one. Everything else comes after that.
Collins, he's checked in for Chicago. Dick comes in for man, and a new group getting ready for the Hawks. And a peek at the standings in this year's NBA Cup. The group stage is almost over.
And I have really enjoyed this year's version of the Cup. We're almost at the best part, too. The single elimination knockout rounds. I can't wait to get those started.
Now here's Fox. Collins a screen. Here's Dick. Atlanta with a rebound. And it's Atlanta's ball. Outpacing right now a 15-2 run. Here's Mr. Perfect. Misses the three. And for Chicago, they're shooting a low 28% so far in this one. Fox, that's good.
Fox just found a little bit of space there, and he burned the defense.
Here's Mr. Perfect. They get it back.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Atlanta shooting their second and third free throws tonight. The first one falls. So both teams. And so here is Chicago. And so in the game for the Bulls, they've got Trey Mann, Grady Dick out there with Jakob Poeltl. And it's Carrington in at the 2 spot. Outside man. Pass to Roy. Outside Dick. Just 5 on the clock. And Jaquez over to help. Roy can't get it to go.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
From downtown, Mr. Perfect gets the bucket. Mr. Perfect's got 45 points.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And the Hawks shooting a terrific 58% from the floor. From behind the arc. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight. And with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Outside man. Pass to Dick. Outside man. Puts it up. The rebound by Hall. Atlanta's gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the fourth. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Carrington. Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. It can get ugly really fast if things don't work out.
And once again, off the mark by Chicago. The Hawks have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Takes the 3. And it's Chicago with a board. Now, man. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Poeltl. On the wing, Grady Dick. Here's Roy. Here's the 3. Hits a three-pointer.
There's no way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
They are blowing this one open.
Maybe the only question is how big will this lead grow?
Oh, connects again. And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Chicago's gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Back to man. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
Here's Mr. Perfect. From outside, off the mark. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Pass to man, three-pointer. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Here's Buffkin. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor. Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Hawks.
A pair of tremendous rebounding teams.
And these guys played a little harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And this will get marked down as their 16th win of the year.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They show tonight they take this team seriously, and the next two matchups between these two should be fun.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Mr. Perfect.
The scoring effort from him, unreal. Carrying this team, I mean, he was amazing tonight.
They have really been in control of this one.
You don't want to get complacent here.
There's the three. Again! What an avalanche! 60 points. This guy can't be stopped right now.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Pass to Roy. And here's Man. 16 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Now here's Dick. Outside man. Shot to stop the run. Rebound Atlanta.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer that.
So we see the Hawks taking the W here. And how about that performance in the NBA Cup? 4-0 in the group phase. They advance to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, while they've been dominant so far, a single elimination going forward, a whole new game. But I do like their chances.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Al LaForce, this is Brian Anderson with our entire 2K crew thanking you for watching. So long, everybody.
Another game, another win. Back to work tomorrow. Win, pay the bills.
Welcome in, everyone. The NBA Cup has reached the knockout stage. Tonight, it's a quarterfinal in the East. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And now, in the first half of December, more games under our belt. The power rankings start to take shape. You look at the Pelicans. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top five.
And right now for the Hawks, they're rolling, and we expected that. Lots of talent, the chemistry is there, and so is the unrivaled production.
A look at the Magic starting group. Adrian Banchero are the forwards. Then it's Topic. Then it's Rush. And it's Ford in at the two spot. And for the Hawks, in the post of the Johnson Okongwu. Mr. Perfect out there with Ivy. And it's Reza Shea in at the small.
Fuck says K, nigga. Shoot your motherfucker house up, nigga. Two Georgia Power up, nigga.
Conference wild card on the road against a group winner.
Fuck on motherfucker Georgia, nigga.
Excitement this tournament generates when it gets to
You
this
pussy smelling motherfucker.
atmosphere.
You sheriff motherfucker.
Building knows there's a lot on the line.
And here we are in the quarterfinals. MP's very pleased to be here. But he knows the job
Fuck Tigger, nigga.
not done yet.
Oh, yeah. And MP wants
I beat the fuck out your ass, nigga.
competition.
Where's the run, nigga?
He is all in on winning this thing.
Ain't no motherfucking video game. Fuck Soldier Boy, tell him. With his ragged ass pussy ass. Why your song start lying, nigga? All y'all radio song lying. Fuck you talking about. Pussy ass, nigga.
The trade. Orlando grabs the miss. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
And he likes to get in the rhythm early. Nice dribble.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
I was able to talk with Igor Kokoskov for a minute, and we spoke briefly about how critical it is to slow down Paolo Banchero. Coach said he can be a force on offense when he gets a couple of falls. The energy and effort from our guys has to be high if we want to contain him. See if that team can contain Banchero out there, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And Orlando has possession. Following the three from Mr. Perfect. Pass to Banchero. Hits it from three-point range.
Banchero answering. I'm here, he says, firing right back from deep.
For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Clark, I know you'd agree. Paolo Banchero is just sitting up in the hype, being the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, you know, I loved him when he was in college. Loved his size, his athleticism, his IQ, his tenacity. I mean, I don't think there's anything on the floor that he can't do.
And here's Banchero after the three-pointer from Mr. Perfect. Shot from the wing. Here's Rush. Second chance effort. The rebound by Johnson.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Another three for Atlanta.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Here's Topic. What a tremendous game he played against Houston. Rebound by Johnson.
The defense there with a major lapse.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Knocks down the three ball. Mr. Perfect's got 18 points in the game.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the trip.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Topic. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, that's a really decisive and impressive read by Wagner, setting up his teammate nicely for the hoop.
Here's Okongwu. To the left side lane. Reza Shea wide open. And again, it's Atlanta.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easy. At some point, defensively, you have to take something away.
To the middle. Here's Topic. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up. Well, from long range, we've got a set of point guards here that have been extremely hot. Those are their three-point percentages for the last 10 games. And you look at Mr. Perfect, he's absolutely deadly from outside.
I mean, his first job is to orchestrate for his teammates, but being as fantastic as he is at shooting the three, he's never reluctant to take that shot if it's available.
And if I'm coaching him, I want him taking that shot. I mean, just look at the percentage. I mean, that earns you the green light for me on every possession.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
The Hawks again can't hit.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that three a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Here's Topic. Off target with his three.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
From deep three-point territory, Mr. Perfect can't hit.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in more.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check. Maybe a step out of his range.
The Hawks leading by 8. Takes a three. Eason grabs the board. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be
Such your pussy ass up, nigga.
On the
What you gonna do, nigga?
I mean, you have to
Put
defend that
foul,
shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws.
The first free throw is good. Atlanta calls timeout. On the court for Orlando, they've got Tari Eason, also Franz Wagner out there, and it's 4 in at the shooting guard. And good, the three-point shot, good from Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect's got 21 in the game. The Magic trail by 15. Pass to Eason. Now, Wagner. Here's Topic. Count it from 12. Topic has got 11 points.
And obviously his momentum from the last game is carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, top street guys don't last minutes, they last days.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game is played more competitively, and talking trash is welcome. Had it in you deep down, but that brought it out more. That combination of styles has helped him to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. So, Clark, the last couple NBA seasons, featuring 14 of the top 15 team offensive ratings in league history.
You know, I think that's testament to the skill level of the players. And certainly you hear some coaches talk about defense being legislated out of the game. It is an entertaining product. That's part of the drive for more offense. But I guess I could agree that there does need to be maybe a touch more balance and not so tilted toward the offense.
Now, Wagner. After the missed three from Mr. Perfect. Here's Eason. And the dunk by Eason.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
The Hawks leading by 11. 1:37 left now here in the second. And the three ball is good. Mr. Perfect's got 27.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustments.
Here's Topic. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Atlanta's gotten fond of that three-point shot in the second quarter. 4 of 9. Mr. Perfect can't hit. And Wagner's got the ball here for Orlando. And Clark, we're looking at Franz Wagner here. What makes him so effective?
Well, his size and mobility, a rare combination, and how good he is instinctively at the defensive end of the floor. He can get out and get in the stance and guard guards, and he also can bang inside with big physical guys. And he's very fluid in his motion, great agility. Love watching that young fella play. Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Ivy passes to Mr. Perfect. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Magic trail by 14. Down low. Here's Eason. And the dunk by Eason.
And no doubt, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does right.
Well, I like the way he kept off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
And again for three. He's really sniping him from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Up top, Wagner. A 17-point game for him in the win against Houston.
Just punishing the defense from the interior. Wagner doesn't mind scoring against physical defense.
Mr. Perfect can't hit. 1 second left. And that shot was up to time, but doesn't go in. And so is the Atlanta Hawks, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And if they keep training the threes like they've been so far, their lead is safe. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Happy you could join us. First up, let's talk about the Players of the Week. And we thought it would be a good idea to give each other our own weekly awards here in studio. Kenny, why not? Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously a lot of work to do for the Magic.
They're getting cooked from long distance. Defensively, they have to do a better job of closing out.
Yeah, especially these days. It's not enough to protect the paint. Got to patrol the ARC as well.
And that's all for us.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
The front court is Ricochet and Johnson. Ivy is out there with Mr. Perfect. And it's Okongwu into the front spot. That's the group for Igor Kokoshkov getting going here in the second half.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Out to the right wing. Ford passes to Wagner. Oh, good on the three. The Hawks leading by 16. Pass to Mr. Perfect. from deep three-point territory. Orlando grabs the miss. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Mr. Perfect in the last outing against Milwaukee was outstanding. He scored an incredible number of points, and he was tremendous in that game. That was a season high in points, too. Incredible effort on his part, and I see it tonight means more of the same. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success. Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Let's it go from deep. Rebound by the Magic. Wagner's got his 4th rebound in this one. Good ball movement here by the Magic. And Banchero outside. The Magic again can't hit.
That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Here he's at from three-point range. Mr. Perfect's got 9 points in the quarter.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to talk to his guys. And here we can check out the score for Paolo Banchero.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
To end the run. Once again, off the mark, Orlando.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. As a result, they've got a big lead.
Pass to Topic. The pass be good off the assist from Ford. 3 points. Ford's got 3 assists tonight.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there's something personal taking place here.
Orlando, they've gone only 1 of 6 in the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half start. Wagner passes to Banchero. Puts up a 3. And it's Rizachet with the rebound.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this one.
And Rizachet, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some yelling to his game. Handle, touch at his size. That becomes very tough to contain. Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Pass to Mr. Perfect. Drills it from outside. Mr. Perfect's got 48.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Banchero, that's good.
Gutsy play that time from Banchero inside against pretty physical defense, too.
The Hawks leading by 23. Here's Mr. Perfect. Non-stop scoring machine here. And the basket is good.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing in the offensive end. Don't go away from him.
Now, here is Ford. Still without a basket. Here's Topic. The three-pointer no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
2 seconds separate the shot blocking game. Good! Another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Wagner outside. Pass to Topic. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Topic has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the match. And so it's Atlanta holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And with as many three-pointers as they bring, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. We'll return shortly. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And there may not be a lot of time on the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. We've got Johnson. Tari Easton is out there with Franz Wagner. And it's Mobo in at the four-man position. And here's Wagner following the three from Mr. Perfect. Thompson finds Wagner. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Textbook play inside. Wagner doing everything right in that case.
This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity.
Well, Orlando shooting around 41% on the night. Easton gets a wide open look. Rebound, Atlanta. Hall's got rebound number 5 here tonight. A few possessions in the fourth quarter, just over that play.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Now, here's Wagner. Clark, the NBA has seen some iconic personal rivalries over the years. And I'm sure you remember most of them.
Yeah, I do, even those that I wasn't part of as a young basketball player growing up in Cleveland watching, but I read a lot about them. Wilt, Bill Russell, the Celtics, and the Lakers, and all of those great teams. Obviously, high school graduate of 1979, the Bird and Magic rivalry, easy answer for anybody around my age. Then you think about Isaiah Thomas, who was in my high school class, and then Michael Jordan. Those Pistons-Bulls rivalries were pretty intense and must-watch TV, so they've been a lot over the years.
And so it's following the bucket by Orlando.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the baskets.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, I think they've been lethal from beyond the arc this game, no doubt about it. Hard to defend such spot-on shooting.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
That's good from Mr. Perfect. GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics, and there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent.
For three, connects again from distance. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin is on fire.
Here's Topic, and again it's Orlando converting.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Mr. Perfect. And Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks, with so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter. Puts one up for 19. Chalk up 2 there.
And with the lead, I like the strategy. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Pass to Ford. Here's Topic. Clock at 6. And he drops on the way up off the glass. Topic has got 14 points here in the second half.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Hawks.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up. Whether the last several shots went down or not, 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Mr. Perfect.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
Here's Topic. And he leads it straight in. Topic has got 10 points in the quarter.
You can't say enough about his individual performance. I don't think you can overstate it. I mean, even if the all-around team effort's been lacking, this guy's been on top of things.
Here's Mr. Perfect. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Good on the three-point shot.
And it's just competing. Giving your best when it matters most.
And, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Sinks the triple.
And you can sense that these players, they're ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Now, here is 4. Pass to Topic. There's a screen. No good from the wing. They're making it a run.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Mr. Perfect can't hit. Wagner outside. And Soriano takes this one by a big margin. And they move on to the NBA Cup semifinal. These guys are firing on all cylinders.
And really doing their best to represent the Eastern Conference. This is a proud organization, and they have played with great pride.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Allman, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
You earned that one. Another day, another win. Good work. They're a good team, but we got you. So we're going to win. Kicks and bodies leaving the land coming through.
You can